So good afternoon. It's a great day. The sky is blue. The sun is shining. We're off to a good start for the hepatitis C community. My name is Lecour. I'm a published author. I'm also a high school teacher with 30 years of plus experience. And I'm happy to be here today to share my story of my lived experience with hepatitis C. So let me tell you a bit about my story. At age 4, I had open heart surgery, during which time I had a blood transfusion. In the late 1980s, I was asked by my family doctor to have routine blood work done. With the results, he found that there was something unusual with the blood work. So he sent me to a liver specialist at a hospital in Toronto. And during that appointment, that initial appointment, I was told that I was not eligible for treatment. I was also told that I had non-A, non-B hepatitis. Had no idea what hepatitis was. I'd never heard of it. But he did tell me that I would probably be a candidate for a liver transplant somewhere down the road. So I asked him, what non-A, non-B, what does that mean? So he explained it to me. I also asked him about a liver transplant. And he told me that in his research department, they were experimenting with pigs' livers. Now, I thought to myself, pigs' livers? There's no way on God's green earth that I'm going to have a pig's liver implanted within me because I'm a vegetarian. So the two were mutually exclusive. Right then and there, I decided that I was going to become a firm pro-activist for my own health. Somewhere, somehow, some way, I was going to find a way to either slow down the ongoing progression of damage to the liver or have a cure. So I attempted many things over many years. I spent well over 6 figures trying to find a way to eradicate this virus. Meditation, Ayurveda, which is an old system of medicine from India, massage, homeopathy, naturopathy, chiropractic care. The list goes on and on. Now, these strategies did not cure the virus, but at the time, my liver doctor said to me in no uncertain terms, whatever you're doing, Marcia, I want you to tell me. So I listed for her what I was doing. She said, I am sure that all those strategies that you're using are definitely slowing down the progression of the liver. So I knew I was headed in the right direction. For the most part, I was able to stay positive and upbeat. As a former high school teacher, I had to take 4 years off from teaching because of fatigue. At one point, one of my students found me with my head on the desk, sound asleep. That was not good. I remember wanting to sleep all the time. I could not keep my head up. I remember my eyes felt like heavy weights, and I would just close them and put my head down on the desk. In 2000, I attempted double therapy with ribavirin and interferon and was a non-responder after 6 months, so I had to quit. My former liver doctor retired from her practice, and I was assigned another liver doctor. And I was very fortunate because my current liver doctor has tremendous compassion and an excellent bedside manner. I know I am in good hands. That is a very important factor for a person who wants to get treated. The doctor plays a huge role in the treatment. During one of my routine medical appointments with my hepatologist, the time had arrived where treatment was no longer something to be considered. It's as if my back was against the wall. I was told, Marcia, you really have to have treatment. So there really wasn't any choice in the matter. So I experienced a number of side effects. I was on, like I said, ribavirin, interferon, and tolapivir. And I got very depressed, and I had three choices. Either I could take meds, see a psychiatrist, or a therapist, so I chose to go to a therapist. I found a therapist who had been a paramedic in Toronto for over 30 years. He had received a Governor General's Award for the work that he had done in that field. And at the end of treatment, I continued to go and see him for a month or two just to make sure I got back on track okay. And he said to me, you know, Marcia, I had 60,000 patients. He said, you looked like death and you smelled like death. Well, that stopped me in my tracks. And he said, most therapists would have asked you to leave because you just did not smell good. And I thought, oh my gosh. So that was a huge wake-up call. I never knew how bad I smelled. I didn't even know I smelled bad, but I got that message loud and clear. I completed, and it's not like I didn't shower. I mean, I did all that, so I don't know. I completed 48 weeks of triple therapy, and I finished that in April. I remember the date, April 7th, 2014, and was declared cured by my doctor, and that word cured was emphasized. And right now, I've been told also that the liver is now improving. I'm so thankful for that. And during treatment, I had become a member of 5 or 6 private Facebook groups, and they were a godsend. Those are people who either have Hep C or going through treatment. One of the things that I came to discover is the role that the mind plays, especially when you've got a chronic illness. Because it's not like you have a cold where, you know, a week later you can just brush off the cold. And I came to realize that when I had this chronic illness, I often thought about my mortality. Am I going to wake up tomorrow? Am I going to be here next week? Because you just can't shake it off. And for so long, my white blood cell count was low, so I was not a candidate for many years. And as we know that the body and the mind are very closely connected. Oh my gosh. Can I keep going?
Yeah, like 2 minutes.
Okay, I'll wrap this up. Before I started treatment, I had 3 goals. I wanted to maintain my goal weight, I wanted to get cured, and I wanted to listen to the music of the Tenors every single day, my favorite group. I did all those things every single day, and at the end, I became cured. So I just want to say, there's so many other things that I want to say, but I am the author of the upcoming book called The Book of Hepatitis C, 7 Simple Steps to Shift from Surviving to Thriving After Hepatitis C. And I have made it my passion and purpose to help as many people as I can, especially around emotional support for those that either have Hep C or are going through treatment. Thank you.